on 2K Sports. Welcome in, everybody. Tonight, it'll be the New York Liberty going up against the Golden State Valkyries. Thanks for joining us. I'm Blake Suniga here with Brian Banafitemi and Tim Swartz. Hope you guys brought your seatbelts. These teams fly up and down the floor.
I'm strapped in. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go. This is a matchup I've been looking forward to. I love these fast-paced ones.
Yeah, me too. But the big question is, who can slow the other one down?
Go. And so off the tip, it's Golden State. Up top, Agunbowale. Three-pointer. Stevens grabs the board. Here's Cannon. Guarded now by Agunbowale. Pass to Cannon. And here's Zandalasini. Buries the long-range jumper.
Good looking bounce pass to set up the basket.
Agunbowale with it. The rebound by the Liberty. About 1 minute played here so far in the first. Stevens the screen. Here's Banham. Makes the most of the high percentage shot.
Now that's a killer crossover. The defender got totally shook up by that move.
To the inside. Here's Ogumake. It's hauled in by Cannon.
You see defenders afraid to get in her way a lot of times when she's on her way to the bucket, but not that time.
Here's Zandalasini. Clock at 6. The three ball. She's off on that one.
Very close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Not a great habit to get into, letting her get that wide open.
Here's Ogumake. And again, Golden State no good.
You just assume she's going to knock those down when she's as open as she was there.
Well, this is the first season of Valkyries basketball, so what's a realistic goal for this team?
Well, to me, Blake, it's about getting a solid base, an identity, a fan base, develop players, and you can't worry too much about wins and losses as an expansion team.
Ogumake outside. Looking to end the run. Rejected by Azare Stevens.
Because of Stevens' competitive drive, she doesn't want to allow any easy buckets.
Pass to Cannon. Now here's Griner. Guarded by Jones. Griner's shot's good.
Well, you're not going to pass up that type of look.
Emma Cannon.
The Valkyries trail. Outside Agunbowale. Beyond the arc. Here's Hillman. Stevens grabs the board.
Nearly got a finger to that shot in the block attempt.
It was just as effective as a block. Made her completely change her release point and caused the miss.
Back to Griner. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely, the defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passer.
Pass to Agunbowale. Picked by Jones. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. But they recover it. And again, Golden State no good.
Just not the quarter she would like to have when you talk about shooting the ball, but hopefully she can turn it around.
Griner misses the follow-up. And they're running. Pass to Jones. drops in the layup for two.
These inside looks are what Jones is all about. She knows how to outwork the defense.
Now here is Stevens. Now Banham fires from deep. Shot's good by Cannon.
The story here in the early stages is how well they've been shooting the ball.
An outstanding percentage. Look, this is how you want to start a ball game, am I right?
Yeah, it just sets a tone.
Pass to Ogumake. Now Ogunbowale. Inside. And here's Banham. A rebound by Hillman.
And she doesn't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions.
Ogunbowale. Rebound New York. Here's Zandalasini. To the middle. Cannon fades away. Chuck up two right there.
And you can't help but really pick on their defense. They're completely in disarray.
Everything's coming much too easily. I mean, you've got to take something away.
Outside Ogunbowale. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Rebounding is going to be a focal point for them in this one, fellas.
Yeah, Brian, it has been so far. They've already got a nice edge on the glass.
Pass to Ogumake. Over Stevens. The Valkyries with another miss.
The way she's been going this quarter, they're going to need someone else to pick up the slack.
Well, I mean, when you look around the league, one of the most respected players has to be Nneka Ogumake.
And a lot of that comes from her job as union president. Ogumake has done an incredible job with players' rights. She's so beloved around the league.
Pass to Ogunbowale. Picked by Jones. And it's Arike Ogunbowale with the triple.
Well, whether Arike is off the dribble, screen, catch and shoot, spotting up, whatever, she hits threes pretty much every way possible.
Here's Cannon. Reiner inside, working on Jones. Reiner, good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it seems like it's come from inside the paint. Buckle up on defense.
Yeah, it's time to collapse down and make them shoot jumpers.
All right, if they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against her, they are sorely mistaken. What's going on out there?
Reiner with the screen. Fires for three. The Valkyries pull it in. A kick out to Ogunbowale. And the three off target.
Her shooting numbers slipping this quarter.
Pass to Stevens. Zandalasini. Here's Ogunbowale. Good on that shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Love to see Ogunbowale finish on the fast break. Effort is never in question with her.
There's a screen by Stevens. Down low. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Defensively, they have got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, still early, but you're right. They need to bump up the intensity on defense.
Here's Ogunbowale. And Brittany Griner with the block. Pass to Hillman. Back to Ogumake. And a miss there on the triple.
She's struggling this quarter. They can ill afford these empty possessions.
And here's Banham. Off target with the three. 3 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Knocked away and stolen by Azare Stevens. Pass to Griner. To the paint. Here's Banham. Over to the left wing. Fader on the way. And the Liberty getting another bucket right there. And as the first quarter wraps up, Hardy's double-digit lead. Liberty out in front. They lead by 13. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter two. Well, not exactly a neck-and-neck game, but as the second quarter starts, there is plenty of time for a comeback. All right, guys, the Liberty enjoying a nice lead here.
They've come out so strong. Tremendous offense.
Very much in control and shooting very well.
Right side of Gumawale. Got that one up quick.
She was showing off a little bit there, taking a leaner with no one on her.
And the Liberty with possession here. They've led by as many as 14 points. Outside Hayes. Jefferson. The three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
Pass to James. Lets the three fly. Rebound, New York. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. There's the steal. And here we go, Valkyrie's fast break. Deflects the pass. Bell can't hit.
Terrific D. That's how to protect the rim.
Jefferson left side. For three, Tiffany Hayes. And again, it's the Liberty missing. Puts up a three. Bell can't hit. Jefferson outside. Suarez. Suarez covering. Right side of Gumawale. Pass to James. There's the three. Nothing that time. She's 0 for 2. Here's New York now. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Fast break. Here's the Valkyries. Here's Nelson Adota. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Good work in the transition game.
That's why when it's there, it's always a good idea to attack early before the defense even has the chance to set up.
Absolutely. So much easier to score in transition.
Outside Hayes. Here's Jefferson. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
But for the defense, they got to talk to each other. Clearly in air, not getting out there on her three-point attempt.
Time called here. The Valkyries deciding to talk it over. Three minutes of action thus far in the second quarter. Ogunbowale. She's guarded by Hayes. Pass to Ogumake. The layup missed.
So many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, their effort on the glass, it has given them the advantage. It's made a difference without question.
Liberty making a switch here.
Team foul. Liberty substitution. Number 32, Emma Cannon.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Bell. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Cannon. And confident play we're seeing out of them.
Yeah, the scoreboard tells the story.
Now Stevens. There's a screen by Stevens. Here's Andalasini. No good on the triple.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
Takes a step back. Here's Ogunbowale. Stevens grabs the board. Banham. Pass to Stevens. Andalasini. Back to Stevens. Hands the shot with nobody near her.
Loves to grow and improve. Stevens is always looking to add another wrinkle to her game, and that catch and shoot's pretty deadly.
Now Ogumake. Just 5 to shoot. Tries to snap the cold streak. New York with the rebound.
You got to give them credit for the job they've done on the boards.
Well, guys, they've done a lot of things well, but their rebounding is right at the top of the list.
Pass to Stevens. 11 feet out. Nelson Adota with the rebound.
Being that close to the hoop, I thought she had enough room to nail that one.
Down low. Here's Ogumake. Good, and the assist goes to Ogumbawale.
Gotta appreciate just how polished Ogumake is down there. Outstanding at taking it up strong.
Pass to Cannon. Over Ogumake. Cannon, no good. And here's Golden State. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. And so she draws the foul on the shot. Trip to the line to shoot two. Well, we're almost midway through the season here. The games are going by fast, aren't they?
They really do, and I'm sure the players feel like the season is flying by as well.
Yeah, for vets, they probably hit their stride by now. For rookies, well, I bet they're feeling every game in the worst way. It's a long season, and they just finished a full college slate.
That's also good, so she hits them both. And so it's New York with it. Passes on Andalasini. Shoots the three. Nailed from three-point land.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Now Griner. Guarded by Jones. And here is Stevens. Cannon. Pass is on Andalasini. 6 on the shot clock. The three-pointer off the mark. It's Neko Ogumake with the drive. No one covering.
Yeah, always aware of what's happening on the court. Ogumake keeps her teammates engaged.
On offense, here's the Liberty. 10-point lead. Here's Andalasini. Stevens the screen. To the inside. Her shot is good. Scores her third basket in 6 attempts. I think that's 50%. Pass to Nelson Adota. Inside. Here's Bell. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and she's heating up.
Now here is Stevens. Cannon. Pass to Banham. Shot clock at 6. And the play stops. Whistle on what looks like an illegal screen.
They've been doing a lot of things right in this game, but something they have to improve on is their ball security.
You know, they've been lucky. They hold the lead despite the miscues. If they clean those up, you have to like their chances.
2 minutes.
She gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit lead.
Again and again, they're pounding the defense and creating high percentage looks from close range.
And even under pressure in tight, they've maintained their concentration and converted their opportunities.
And so it's New York with it. 8-point game. Knocked loose. Back to Stevens. And so she earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and she'll shoot 2.
It's so tough to match up against Stevens inside. With her size and touch, there's no easy way to defend her.
Here's the Valkyries with the ball. Ogumake outside. To the middle. 5 on the clock. Outside Agumawale. Launches a 3. Stevens grabs the board.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass.
It certainly wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap.
Here's Andalassini. Misses the 3.
Well, they're in the lead, but she's still been frustrated offensively.
Outside Agumawale. Offline with the 3. And these guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assists.
When everybody's involved offensively, it's in a way helping you defensively too. And sometimes this team relies on Griner to shoulder the load offensively. And guess what? She's more than happy to do her part, score the points.
Pass to Ogumake. Back to Agumawale. Rebound New York. And here's Banham. There's a screen. Back to Griner. Shoots over Jones. Again, the Liberty good for 2.
Yeah, she should save the fadeaway move for when she actually needs it.
So we conclude the first half. Liberty out in front, leading by 14. And don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the Phantom half-court shot. Give me a beat. And that's where he knocked the shot. So sorry. Let's hear it from the participants.
Getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far, but we'll see if that changes. We're seeing a tremendous game from Brittney Griner.
Sheer dominance in the post by her so far, just tearing them to shreds when she gets the ball inside.
And getting it to her is the only hard part, because once she's got the rock, she's automatic.
And here's Banham. Pass to Stevens. And the rebound goes to the Valkyries. Now here's Agumawale. Just 5 on the clock. There's a screen. Stevens grabs the board. And so it's New York with it. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Pass to Griner. Andalassini. Here's Stevens. And Jones pulls it down. Now Agumawale. her cold spell. That shot off the mark.
It's almost like she's trying to make things hard on herself. Work it around, get an easier shot.
Cannon. She's covered by Ogumake. Agumbawale with the steal. Hits the front of the rim and out. And the Liberty with possession here. They're scoreless since the first half. And just an incredible player. Arike Agumbawale has a unique style as well.
Yeah, you know, she's 5'9", but she does more damage down low. Wants to attack, not settle. Arike just so strong, too.
They need to get way more disruptive defensively. They just can't keep allowing these easy buckets. You know, get a little physical, show some effort.
Defensively, that's job number one. Effort, nothing easy inside.
Timeout called here by the Valkyries. Down low. Here's Ogumake. Soft touch off the glass.
They get one to drop. 1 of 4 here in the third.
We're just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Pass is on Delasini. Hits the three-point bomb.
I can't believe it. They cannot forget about her like that. She's not going to miss that open look.
Agumbawale can't hit the step-back J.
She just hasn't looked right. She hasn't. And something is off with her mechanics, I think.
Back to Griner. Banham. Inside. Tipped away.
You know, I had to do a double take just seeing Brittany Griner in a new uniform.
Yeah, no longer with the Mercury after 12 marvelous seasons. Won a championship in 2014, 9 All-Star appearances, 2 scoring titles. Griner had an incredible impact in Phoenix.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And she can't get the first one.
Well, no one has blocked shots like Brittany Griner, a one-of-a-kind defender.
I mean, she led the league in block shots in each of her first 8 years in the W. And it's about more than just her length. Griner just reads the game so well, is such a high IQ player.
Really, the moment Brittany Griner steps on the floor, she's impacting the game because as an opponent, you have to react to her physical abilities as well as her skill and her touch as a scorer.
Here's Jones. Brittany Griner with a defensive effort. On offense, here's the Liberty. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. Pass to Banham. Stevens the screen. Here's Delasini. Clock at 4. The 3. New York, no good that time either. Here's Ogumake. Up top, Jones. Agumbawale. And again, Golden State no good.
She's having all sorts of problems with her shot.
Yeah, the words ice and cold come to mind with the way she's shooting the ball.
Well, that's one area where they haven't struggled at all in transition.
Well, maybe that's their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
Yeah, those transition baskets can change the game quickly.
Stevens the screen. Pass to Griner. Takes it from 10.
Brianna Jones with some nice D.
Difficult situation here for Golden State. And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
Agumbawale from long range. Yes, and a nice assist from Brianna Jones.
Her first 3 of the half, second of the game. Can she heat up?
Here's Banham. And she uses the glass on the layup.
give an assist there, not for a pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed her up and really just made that layup possible.
Pass to Ogunbowale. Picked by Jones. Good work there as it goes.
I'll bet her percentage is pretty high from that range.
Timeout called to Liberty.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on simply making the play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
And the Liberty making a change here. Pass to Hayes. Zandalasini. Griner up top. 6 to shoot. Tiffany Hayes on the wing. Zandalasini. She's covered by Ogumake. Banham, no good. Now James. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Outside Ogunbowale. Left wing. Now here is Hayes. Not a lot of room. The offensive rebound. And out of bounds, the Valkyries will take it. And here's the upcoming schedule for the New York Liberty. On Friday, they'll go up against the Mercury in Phoenix. Then on Sunday, they're taking on the Dream in Atlanta.
And looking at the Storm matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Who's going to get the little things done, guys? That's what I'm looking for.
Pass to Ogunbowale. The three is up. The offensive rebound. Jones. Hillman.
New York foul. First personal foul. First team foul. In for New York, number 6.
On defense, New York. They led by as many as 18 points. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the inside. And that one's good. Jones.
There's a pattern taking shape. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Yeah, 4 of their last 5 baskets have been of exactly that variety.
Ogunbowale, shot is good.
That's the fearless mentality you get with Ogunbowale. She's not going to shy away from contact inside.
Here's Banham. And again, it's the Liberty missing. Golden State trailing here. Jones outside. Ogunbowale from long range. The rebound by the Liberty.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Hayes with it. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Screen by Griner. To the left side wing. Looking to end the drought. And the jumper is on the mark.
And guys, her consistent shooting, it's helped them take this lead.
To the paint. Here's Ogumake. And the shot goes in.
And now we see them really working it inside.
Yeah, getting quality looks around the rim. That's fueling this run.
Pass to Zandalasini. They set the screen. Down low. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
She did so well to lead her teammate right to the ideal spot. That's the kind of playmaking coaches like to see.
Here's Hillman. She's guarded by Griner. And here's Hillman. And she lays it straight in.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they keep allowing easy looks inside.
Outside Hayes. Griner. using the post moves to get the 2 points.
Tiffany Hayes.
Now here's Agumbawale. 14 points for her. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the middle. Jones. Count the basket.
You know, they've been extremely efficient and effective getting the ball inside.
Totally. I mean, we're seeing some real shortcomings from this defense. They've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Banham. Off target from outside. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Liberty leading by 9. And after a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. She's guarded by Hayes. Pass to Bell. This one for 3. Stevens grabs the board.
Well, controlling the boards, they're +5 in that category.
Yeah, and look, rebounding, it's not a glamour stat, but you look at the scoreboard and you see the result.
Outside Hayes. Shot clock at 6. From past the arc. And Bell pulls it down. Here's James. Pass to Bell. Now here is Agumake. Now James. Kept alive. Here's Nelson Adota. Off target with the jump hook. New York leading. Jefferson right side. There's a screen by Stevens. Pass to Hayes. Takes the 3. No good on that shot.
Surprising miss, wouldn't you say? I mean, she usually devours those wide open opportunities.
Pass to Suarez. Now Hayes. Fires it. Again, Tiffany Hayes missing.
Not her best game, but they're getting it done collectively.
Inside, here's Nelson Adota. The lead pass was put in just the right spot to produce the layup.
They own the paint right now, 10 straight coming from the inside.
They are constantly finding lanes to the hoop, getting great looks in tight.
Pass to Suarez. Outside Hayes. Again, Tiffany Hayes missing.
She might want to maybe defer for a while. She's had her chances this quarter, but nothing's fallen.
Nelson Adota. Suarez covering. Pass to Bell. Ogumake. 16 feet out. Stevens grabs the board. Now Jefferson. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. 3-on-3. Here's James. Here's Nelson Adota. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. And one more at the line.
For your Valkyries, Olivia Nelson Adota. Shooting 1.
So it's New York with it. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Screen by Griner. Here's Sandelasini. Guarded now by Agumbawale. Right side, Stevens. And that one's good.
There's a versatility to Stevens' jump shot that you don't ordinarily see in players her size.
Pass to Hillman. Now Nelson Adota. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Good pass work. The assist was right on target.
And here's Banham. Outside Stevens. Good on the triple.
This offense runs much more smoothly when Stevens is connecting from outside.
Pass to Jones. Picked by Jones. To the inside.
Well-timed pass and goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
The second she got around the pick and shook her man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very well done.
Here's Banham. Here's Sandelasini. And again, it's the Liberty from deep.
Back-to-back three-pointers for them. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Here's Agumbawale. And she gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Well, it's tough to stop Agumbawale when she's letting it rip. She can get those shots off in a hurry.
Now Banham. Back to Griner. Makes it off the glass.
With Griner's frame and fundamentals, she's become one of the league's most dominant interior scorers.
Pass to Jones. A kick out to Agumbawale. That three off the mark.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
There's a screen by Stevens to the middle. It is good, and it is her sixth make against 11 attempts.
One aspect of their play today that's been far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow, it can be elusive, but the great offenses have it. And that's just what they've shown tonight.
Jones tried to bank it in, but misses. Pass to Banham. Stevens. Sandelasini. Guarded now by Agumbawale. Back to Stevens. The three-pointer off the mark. And they've been struggling here offensively.
Bit of a dry spell for sure.
Left side of Agumbawale. They set a pick. Pass to Nelson Adota. Now Hillman. Agumbawale from long range. Offensive rebound. Over Griner. And again, Golden State no good.
Strong work defensively in the low post. You've got to be tough down there in the paint.
And she was, mainly because she doesn't want to give up any easy buckets. I mean, she will fight you and nail.
Well, they've built this lead through plays exactly like that. She's easily been the most consistent performer.
No question about that. I mean, she's just hitting everything in sight.
Timeout called here by the Valkyries. Agumbawale with it. They need this. Stevens grabs the board.
I don't know if she just ran out of gas or what, but she's been awful since the second half started. Got to get recharged.
Here's Griner. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That's on Jones.
Physicality and drawing fouls are just 2 of Griner's many strengths. So a little contact won't really bother.
No good on that one.
And the second free throw, good.
Now here's Agumbawale. And they call an illegal screen here.
You have to make sure your feet are set. When you set those screens, they'll get you for it.
I thought maybe she was set. Now, I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think maybe they got that one wrong.
Now here is Stevens. She's guarded closely. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Valkyries. And here's Golden State.
Trailing by 13.
Here's Agumbawale.
So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there. And from the moment she entered the league, Arika Agumbawale has been an elite scorer.
Well, she finished 3rd in scoring her rookie year and then won the scoring title in year 2. Arike applies constant pressure to defenses.
Both shots good from the stripe.
But what you love about Agumbawale is not only can she get to the basket at will, but she also has the deep range to range from downtown.
And the Liberty call time here. And here's Banham. Here's Cannon. And here we go, Valkyries fast break. Pass to Jones. The lead now in single digits.
Give credit where credit's due. Terrific assist inside.
Now Banham. There's a screen by Stevens. Inside.
Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
Well, if it wasn't already out of reach, it is now thanks to the spurt that they're having.
And why put on the brakes now, Tim? I say just keep on firing.
Man, Brian, you want to run up the score?
Agumbawale shot is off. On offense, here's the Liberty. They led by as many as 18 points. Down low. And the Liberty getting another bucket right there.
That's a great example of Stevens' comfortability and focus around the basket. So effective down there.
Back to Agumbawale. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. And they came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
They really did show some mental fortitude. They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.